What are your thoughts? Do you think something's gonna happen? In an emergency, what is your priority? What do you want to grab? This morning I was laying in bed and there was an earthquake. I felt it. It was probably, I want to exaggerate and say it was a minute long, but realistically I probably felt it for 10 seconds. And we just got word that there is the possibility of having another earthquake in a few hours. And so to get your emergency kits, stuff into your car. That is why we keep our cars filled up with gas. And when I was trying to explain something to Emma, initial reactions were, oh no, oh no, oh no, I need to get, and I thought, no, okay, let's take a deep breath. In any emergency, it is never safe for anyone to freak out. It's very normal and you want to react that way, but it's very important to react, that's the timer for their reading, to react calm. The first thing that we want to do, we want to say a family prayer. We want to pray for our safety. We want to pray for our family's safety. This next part makes me nervous because it's like it's real, but I don't want it to be real, but it might be real, but we don't know, but we want to be prepared just in case. We are going to gather our 72-hour kits. We will grab extra diapers and wet wipes for Lucy. We will grab our documents, like important things. What is the most important thing to us in our home?
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this.
Okay, I have one box with all the personal documents, birth certificates, stuff for the kids, letters that Landon and I wrote for 2 years, external hard drives, passports. How are all of you feeling?
Good. Bad.
Bad? Why are you feeling bad?
Of the earthquake.
Did it scare you?
Yeah. No.
Do you think we're gonna be safe?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think we will. Emma, if you could take one thing, what would you take?
My elephant.
Your elephant. Cooper, what would you take?
My dinosaur.
Your dinosaur? What would you take?
My Nana and my just Nana. Boy and
Your dinosaur too.
And my flashlight when it stops.
Your flashlight? Oh my gosh, did you hear that? Porter said he would take his flashlight if it gets dark. And I noticed in the suitcase that Porter was the only one who had his flashlight. You guys, if there's an earthquake and like the power lines fall down, we don't have electricity, we don't have power, like we don't have light. No, so you need flashlights, and we have those in our 72-hour kits. Flashlights and oil to help like have like a long lasting candle. It's a candle that lasts like 36 hours.
How long do you have a flashlight for it until you stop? 36 hours?
Do you want a suitcase?
Yeah, I'll take my...
Okay, well, do you think if there's an emergency, it's kind of chilly outside, maybe you should have socks and a coat? Do you want your journal? Your other journal's upstairs. Okay, so Emma wants her stuffed animals. Okay, while she gathers up her stuff, I'm going to show you guys our 72-hour kits in case you haven't been following along. The last time we updated the kids was, I think, maybe a year ago. So
yeah, it was last year.
So we'll have to get new diapers for Lucy. I want you to go gather up, like, just the few things that you would want, okay?
Okay.
Did he just say he's going on a field trip?
Yeah. Hi, Dad.
Well, if this was a field trip, if something happens and we have to leave, this would be quite the field trip. Mickey Mouse for an emergency. Yeah, so I was just showing them everything that I put in this box, and I was going to go through the kids' book bags and see what they gathered up. What are your thoughts? Do you think something's gonna happen?
I don't know. I'm glad you got your phone on the charger. I need to throw mine onto laptops. Like, let's charge everything up.
I was telling them, at the end of the day, if nothing ends up happening, which more than likely, honestly, something probably won't happen. Our house will probably still be standing. But if we didn't take charge and something happened, we would regret it.
Yep, absolutely.
That was a crazy morning. Do I feel dumb and embarrassed for packing up a bunch of stuff and putting it in the back of the car and close to the front door? Heavens no, not at all. Just in case something were to have happened, I was glad that I was prepared. The news actually said that the rumor that there was going to be another larger earthquake coming was not true. In fact, usually the first earthquake that happens is the biggest and largest one, and then any little earthquakes after that are smaller. And there were a few aftershakes, but I'm just glad that we're all safe. I'm glad that I was prepared. I'm glad that we have our emergency kits just in case. And I think mostly this was also a good learning experience for my kids. In an emergency, what is your priority? What do you want to grab? They're stuffed animals. I think that's like the sweetest thing. I know they're little kids and they don't understand. Porter wanted a flashlight, which is like adorable, but it was good to like talk to them and say, well, you know what? I think diapers and wet wipes would probably be something good for Lucy. So like, if anything, this was just a huge learning for them and for myself as well. This morning, my first thought wasn't to hurry and get underneath the kitchen table, because I've had that happen before where my bed kind of rumbles and very small earthquakes. That's happened before. Nothing like it did this morning. Since I was 3 years old was the last one recorded that big. So I think what I'll take away from today's whole thing going on is I'm glad that I'm prepared. I'm glad that I have my 72-hour kits and all our personal documents in a location. I'm glad that I can teach my kids to stay calm in crazy situations like that. Do I put all my stuff away or do I wait another day? Okay, Google, play some meditation music.
Hehehe